It was in my last area. So it was on a hill. So there's a lot of like hiking that you have to do through bushes and stuff if you want to take shortcuts, because to take the long way, it takes forever because it's like zigzagging. So if you just cut through, it's a lot easier. So I remember one time we were cutting through the bush and the bushes, and like there's like this wall that you walk on, and it's like the wall is for like a canal. And I remember walking on the wall, and then like behind me was my companion, and I hear like this commotion behind me and like bushes rustling. And then I hear him like yell, "Elder, help me!" And I turn around. I can't see him anywhere. And I like go around and look in the bushes, and he's like hanging over the edge, like part way into the canal. He's like hanging onto the bushes. And it was just really funny trying to pull him up. We both almost fell in the water. It was just really funny. So good experience. Most extreme weather. Really windy with a lot of rain. I remember one time we were walking to a lesson, and all of a sudden it just started raining really hard, and then the streets filled up with water. We were trying to cross these streets, but they're literally like powerful rivers, going down the road. You'll see like strollers or like other things floating down the street. And it's just crazy trying to cross them. I have a bunch of videos of us trying to cross them and not get wet. It's impossible. Just accept the fact that you're going to get wet, and then, just get to your lesson or contact or whatever you're doing. Just make do in the weather. I've gotten splashed on by cars as well, so just kind of expect that to happen in the weather, because, water is everywhere. It's impossible to avoid it. So that's probably the most extreme weather I was in. It didn't bother me, but the heat is pretty strong in most places in the mission. So lots of elders don't like long sleeve t-shirts. They'll tell you to bring an even amount of long sleeve and short sleeve. I would say just bring enough long sleeve to wear with your suits for like special occasions like conferences and stuff. And then buy short sleeve for the rest of everything else, because you're pretty much just going to be hot and sweaty the whole time, all day, every day. That bothered some people, didn't really bother me. So clothing advice, I'd say that. As far as shoes go, buy some shoes that are comfortable and that won't fall apart if they get wet, because they are going to get wet. There's a lot of leather type shoes out there that can get wet and they'll be just fine. I remember I bought some shoes and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to buy some shoes because they look nice. But they weren't that comfortable, so my feet kind of hurt after a while. But, if you buy the right shoes, you'll be fine. So there's that. And then I'd also buy at least 7 pairs of pants. So then you can go through at least, one pair a day. You don't have to worry about washing a pair, at night. They do a lot of washing by hand. Most of their laundry is done by hand. They don't really have washing machines like we do. And the people that do have washing machines, they don't really work like the ones that we have. They're upright, and like the center thing just like moves back and forth, and it's just like swishing the water for the most part. So it doesn't really clean your clothes all that well. If you want to clean your clothes well, you do it by hand. And that works the best. I love washing my clothes by hand. It's kind of relaxing, gives you time to think, ponder the scriptures, do whatever. But I don't know, it's just really calming and soothing to me. I guess that's something I could recommend to people, is just wash their clothes by hand maybe. Give them some time to relax and take a break. We were waiting for the public transit. This was in my second area, so it was in Tapachula. And we were just standing there waiting. You can stand anywhere and wait for they call them combis, and you can just flag it down and he'll stop. So we were just waiting there, waiting to get on, and this guy comes up and he starts yelling at me, and I was like, I don't even really know you. And so the combi came, luckily, so we quickly got on. We're like, okay, we won't have to worry about him. Then he followed us on to the combi, And he continued yelling at me because I was American, and he was mad at Americans because we, I guess, don't let people come into our country. And so he was frustrated with me and compared me to Justin Bieber. Don't know why he did that, but I guess he doesn't like Justin Bieber either. Everyone in the bus was kind of looking at him like, what the heck are you talking about? And he was just really angry at me because I was white. And it was funny because he got on the bus to yell at me, well, the public transit, to yell at me, and he didn't pay. So the driver stopped probably like a mile down the road. He's like, you either got to pay or you got to get off. He's like, fine, I'll pay. So he paid, and I was like, dang it. And he kept yelling at me. I was like, all right, well, just sit here and just act like nothing's going on. And my companion next to me, he was doing the same thing. We were both like, I don't know what we're doing. He was from Peru. So we were like, well, I guess we'll just sit here and let him yell at me. Finally, he gets off, and like when he gets off, everyone in the shuttle started laughing. They were kind of like joking about it. So it was kind of funny after that. But it was funny because my companion got more mad at the guy than I did. So it was pretty funny. With dogs in Mexico, lots of times they'll bark at you and they'll come at you. You'll find dogs everywhere on the street. There are so many dogs. And most of the time, if they're coming and they're barking at you like aggressively, you can reach down and pick up a rock and they'll run away or act like you're going to pick up a rock. That works most of the time unless it's a female dog who has like puppies around somewhere. Then they'll attack even more because they're trying, protect their young. So I guess it's kind of just like, kind of have to gauge, because if you do that and she has her pups around, then she'll come at you. She'll attack you. So just remember that, I guess. I remember one time I made that mistake, and she like came up to me and was like almost biting me, and I had to like push her with like my foot and like try to keep her off of me. It was intense, but